you mention, and that's the religion with no name, the use of these tools. Is there a simple way to summarize religion per our previous discussion about God? Basically discovering the God inside?
What if I give you a very complicated definition of religion, and then we talk about a more simplified?
Let's do it.
So the most complicated we can get on this is the anthropologist Clifford Geertz. But I think it's worth defining our terms when we're talking about God and religion. So religion, religio, from the Latin, means to bind back. So to bind us back to some meaningful tradition, to bind us back to the source. Here's a mouthful from Clifford Geertz. Religion, he defines as a set of symbols which acts to establish powerful, pervasive, and long-lasting moods and motivations by formulating conceptions of a general order of existence and clothing those conceptions in such an aura of factuality that those moods and motivations seem uniquely realistic, which is complex. What does that mean? That religion has to make you feel something, these moods and motivations. But it can't just do that in the way that sex does that for us, or sports, or ultimate fighting, or the World Cup, or going to a concert. So we get all that emotion in these experiences like that. But that emotion has to be concomitant to a deep existential insight that answers this question for you in the morning. I know why I'm here. I know why humans are here. I think I know what the meaning of life is. That's what religion is. And if you find that meaning in science, then that's your religion, and that's fine. But we need to be more honest about that. If your epistemological model is weighing facts and figures, and you think that's why you're here on this planet, and you find deep meaning, that's okay. Religion is the thing that makes you feel, right? It has the aura of factuality. It just makes you feel like you know the point behind existence. In other words, I think it comes down to experience, like Joe Campbell was talking about, like Aldous Huxley mentions about experience and intuition. I think this is how we connect to God.
Make you feel like you understand the world. I mean, so that's kind of bigger than science. That includes science, but it's bigger. Do you think, what is real? Do you think there's an absolute reality that we're kind of striving towards understanding? Or is it all just conjured up in our minds? And that's the whole kind of point. We together create these realities and play with them and dance to somehow derive meaning from those realities. And it's ultimately not like very deeply integrated into what's like into atoms of space-time.
Another easy question, Lex.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to kind of, when you're thinking about emotion and making it concrete into something that feels real, you have to start asking, like, what is real? It's something that, Ben Shapiro has this saying of facts don't care about your feelings. I was always uncomfortable with this. I mean, he's just being spiffy or whatever. But I was always uncomfortable with somehow, first, that the hubris of thinking that humans can have, like, arrive at absolute truth. What he means, which is what I assume he means by facts, like things that are uncontrovertible, and then somehow deriding feelings, like feelings are not important. To me, like, the whole thing is reality. Facts don't even, like, facts is reality, feelings are reality, like the entirety of human experience is reality. All these consciousnesses somehow interacting together, making up random crap and together agreeing that we're all going to wear the same colors, rooting for one football team or the other football team, or countries, all those things, that's real, because we've agreed that it's real. And in the same way, and gives us meaning. In that same way, religion is a set of ideas that gives us meaning. But, real, it's really a difficult for me as a scientist that finds comfort in the physical understanding of the universe, of physics. I love physics. I love computer science. It makes me feel like everything is perfectly understandable. And then I look at humans They're totally not understandable. It's like a giant mess, but that's part of the beauty. Like, what is love? Like, what the hell is love? It's certainly not like a weird hack to convince me to procreate, because it feels something bigger than that. So, like, taking a purely evolutionary biologist perspective is missing it's not missing. It's only capturing a part of the picture, and so it just keeps making me ask, like, what is real? Because as a human, it's very human centric. It does certainly feel like a big part of what is real is all the fake stuff my mind makes up. I mean, okay, I guess, is there something you could say from our discussions about the tools of psychedelics, about our discussion about religion, of what is real, of what is reality?
These are largely unanswerable questions.
But we should nevertheless strive to answer them. That's the whole point of the human experience.
And I think science is one way and religion is another. And I think there's actually a sphere where they intersect. There's a way for religion to be observable, testable, repeatable, falsifiable. When I look at the ancient mysteries, that's what I find. I think I find people exploring alternate states of consciousness and arriving at conclusions based on that exploration and deriving deep meaning from that, which, yes, are feelings and emotions and very hard to quantify, but nonetheless, these are the things that govern our lives. I mean, I don't know a parent who isn't motivated by the love of their children. Everything I do at 40 years old now is pretty much inspired by my love for my two daughters. And I can't prove to you that I love them. I can say it, I can show you behavior, but it's very hard for me to weigh and measure that. So not everything is so reducible to this quantifiable reality. And yet I also love science. And I love the historical process of weighing this data. I love the chemistry. I love the biology. And for me, I think this was the message of the ancient Greeks. And I think this is the world in which Paleo-Christianity was born. I think there is this meeting ground between science and religion, which allow for the, if not the discovery, then at least the near identification of the ultimate reality, which is another way to describe God, right? This being of beings, the transcendent mystery.